Hello. Hi, friends. I am really excited to interview dear Jenn Davis about her breakthrough experience. Let's see. So, this is my first time inviting a friend. Here we are.
It
Hello,
worked.
hello, Lady Jenn Davis. How are you today?
Good.
Awesome.
I had to hurry up. I realized I had my wireless buds in, so I had to hurry up and jump
Yeah, thanks
and
for
get
the
these.
tip for doing the corded ones. If not, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to just chat and um, chat about your breakthrough experience and life before and during and after. And
Yeah.
I'm so honored that you're here and that you want to share about your experience. So
Yeah, of
let's
course.
just dive right in.
Okay.
Awesome. So you had a breakthrough session with me, and then you have been in the Make Money Like a Lady formula for a few months. And I'm wondering, what was your life like leading up to the breakthrough? And what was it that caused you to feel like, yes, this process, having a breakthrough, is what you need?
Okay. So my life before was, I had a lot of doubts. I never thought that I could own my own business. I thought that, um, really, like I always would have to depend on somebody. Like whether that was just from family or, you know, thinking that maybe I would find someone and we would have a business together, or that just it was very.
I'm losing your audio a little bit. Can you repeat the last
Oh,
thing
are
you
you? Is this
said?
better?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what I said. I just thought that I always had to depend on somebody.
Yeah.
You know, I never, and when it came to having goals and dreams, I about regarding my life and what I wanted, I just never thought I could achieve that on my own. You know, I had goals and plans for my clients. I knew what type of business or trainer that I wanted to be. But regarding how I saw my future and how I'd want to live, I just didn't think that I could get that. I thought that other people who achieved that amount of success in their business, that was just something that they just had a niche for. I never considered myself as like a business person or having a business mind, you know?
Interesting. So you mentioned that you had doubts. How, what would you say were some of the symptoms that that were showing up in your life that pointed to, hey, this is something that I need to fix on the inside, and not, oh, I just need a better software, or I need someone to do marketing for me. What was it that like was present in your life that made you realize that this is something I need to take care of, that's inside of me as opposed to outside of me?
Well, it affected the doubts that I had, affected how I was as like a career woman. You know, I self-sabotage. I would do good. I would start a new goal. I would be like, this is the plan. This is what I'm going to do. And I would be good for like maybe a month, best case scenario. And then I would always quit. You know,
Interesting.
even, yeah. And even as a trainer and in my, um, as like in my fitness routines or my workouts or even that, I just would only go so far because my doubts and fears that I had, it was like I had this idea of who I was. When you do coaching, you learn things like your superior self and the old version of yourself. And I never saw that other Jen.
So you never saw
I didn't even think.
the future Jenn, or the aspirational, like the
Right.
future version of you. Okay, you never saw that.
Yeah, no, I was the type of person that either lived in the past or the present moment, never in the future. And so before we did our breakthrough session, I was filled with doubts, limiting beliefs like, oh, I'm just bad at marketing. I'm just a bad business person, or I'm just bad in general. There was a lot of guilt and shame that I had, especially around money and making money, that I wasn't even aware of before had our breakthrough session. And I was like, holy cow, I had no idea these were underneath the surface.
So someone who doesn't know what breakthrough sessions are, or what even doing this kind of work is, what could they look at themselves and go, oh, this is not something outside of me. This is something I need to break through on my own. What was it, what was the pain that you were experiencing that led you to make the decision that having a breakthrough was the right process for you?
So when we had just before our session, we were talking, and you would just ask simple questions like, okay, where do you want to be? How do you feel most of the time? And you tapped into like what my relationships have been like, and I mean, just everything, right? And I realized when I spoke about different parts of my life, I would feel pain in different parts of my body. And when you explained why that was, I realized that I've been carrying guilt and shame and this pain in my body since I was born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was something that we discussed too. I mean, even taking on other family members and taking on my mother's issues, like when she was pregnant with me, and, the things that she carried, I took that on and carried. And I realized I was never going to make the progress I wanted, because after we had our first session, then I realized, oh, I can make progress. I actually can create a new life. I just didn't know how to do it. And so when we had our breakthrough session, I felt like a slate was wiped clean.
Oh.
I remember at the end of our session, I was sitting there, and it was basically like, okay, so what do you feel? What are some of the doubts that you have? And they were completely gone. And I had no idea that could happen. I mean, that still kind of freaks me out. But because I literally sat there and I was like, I don't know who I am. And I mean, you help fill that gap. It's not like you just send me on my way and I'm this empty person.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. I literally felt like just like someone just took an eraser to a chalkboard.
Amazing.
And from that point, I felt like I could recreate myself, which is the best feeling in the world.
Wow.
It's like, it's exciting. And I have to say that, I mean, maybe this is a question you'll ask later, but I don't have the same limiting beliefs anymore. Like, and to be able to live now and say that I don't have that doubt or fear is amazing, especially when I've lived with it since, I mean, my earliest memory would have been like 5.
Where you
when I started feeling, feeling like I wasn't enough, or I was bad, or, it started from a really, really early age. And so to finally, to walk out of that session and be like, well, I can actually just create what I want. That's amazing.
Yes. So, okay. So what I hear is that before you had the breakthrough session, you were noticing that you couldn't really see what you wanted. You couldn't really make out for yourself what it was you wanted in the future. And you found yourself kind of falling off of, your fitness routine, or the plans that you had maybe to grow your business. Is that what I'm hearing?
I didn't even know I could have my own business. Yeah, but you're exactly right. And I just, I basically lived without a purpose. Like, I always lived for others. I lived for my clients. I lived for my daughter. I lived for my friends and family. But when it came to thriving and doing well, and I stayed the same.
So then, awesome. So then you had the breakthrough session. Because previously you were working for someone else. You were a neurotrainer under in somebody else's business, and then you ventured out on your own. And
Yeah.
how has life been since the breakthrough session, and how has your business been?
It's been like wild, because my understanding and perspective of business was that it was supposed to be hard, and that I had this vision that I was going to like lose everything in my home if I started my own business, that I was going to be broke all the time, and that I was going to have to struggle, and that I was going to be exhausted, and I was going to be like sick. And I went from barely making anything to making like, I think it took me maybe by my second or third month from being on my own, making 10,000.
That's amazing.
And then I had 3 more months of consistent making 10, and then even more.
Awesome.
And it was the most easiest experience I've ever had. That's what floors me, and it still floors me. And it was like a whirlwind. I mean, my life completely changed. I enjoyed it. I had fun, and I still do, you know. And what I've learned, especially like last month, was interesting, because I started letting fear kind of creep back in about like, it can't be this easy. It can't be this easy.
New set of limiting
So
beliefs.
then, yeah, a new set. And I have to say, even though I had like new little things surfaced, they're different from the ones before. And because of your support in the program, I was able to just go back to basics, do what I needed to do. And I mean, it changed like in a matter, like within weeks. And now I'm back to making money again. And well, I never really stopped,
Right.
but you know, that thriving, and I'm not having to do any extra work. It's like been insanely easy again. And it's like, oh my, and it's a trip that it can really be this easy. And it's just, okay.
So tell me a little bit about how you used to feel about money and how you feel about money now.
So how I used to feel about money was that others would have it. You know, wealth was something that belonged to other people, and success, not me. That I was always going to have to struggle for it, and or if I was going to have money, it was because I sacrificed my health for it, time, love, family, friends, joy, you know, and that it just didn't belong to me. And now I'm like, it totally belongs to me, and and it can be, and it doesn't have to be insanely difficult, you know, that I can actually make money with like ease. And if I just that was the biggest teaching that I learned from you, is just if I kind of surrender to the process and focus on having fun and focus on serving others and the big picture, which was really important for me, because in my business, I teach people to look at the big picture, you know. And so when I was able to look at the big picture, money just came, and it was great. Something that was amazing during the breakthrough session was you talk about what's your ceiling, like your income ceiling, and, you know, how much money do you think you're worth a year, basically. And when we had that, I realized that I thought I was worth $18,000 a year, which is that was less than what I was making currently then. And it was like, well, no wonder I was struggling. On a subconscious level, I was already doing more than what I think I'm worth.
Yeah.
And so and now it's like my goals are like to make 40 to 50,000 a month.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So it's like a complete shift.
Amazing. And
I have
go ahead.
full belief that it's going to happen. And that's the amazing thing, because that's where success comes in. When you honestly and genuinely, on a subconscious level, believe it. And, you helping me rid the limiting beliefs. It's like I'm able to do that now.
That's amazing. How valuable would you say your mindset and your, how valuable is that?
Okay, you broke up just a little bit, but you said the valuing, like how much value I put into mindset and to what else?
So how much do you value, and how valuable is it for a woman in business to work on her relationship with money, her money mindset? How valuable is that?
From 1 to 10, it's like a 12, because if your mindset, if you're saying I have all these goals, and yes, I want this thriving business, but there is any type of doubt in your mind that it's going to happen, or doubt in yourself, it's not going to work. And so learning the tools and the skills that it takes to build a proper mindset, and how important it is for you to achieve your goals, it's huge. You won't be able to do it without it. It won't be sustainable, I guess.
Right. So you have taken other business programs before you had a breakthrough, and it's the business program that you were taking is very valuable. But when you didn't have a breakthrough, how was it spending the time and energy in a business program when you didn't have your own mindset and system clear? How was that for you?
I was learning things and it was great, but the doubts were still present, and my progress was very slow. And when I needed to do new things, like technology is something that is very difficult for me. And so when I needed to work on marketing and ads and social media, because I had these limiting beliefs, it was like agonizing. I was frustrated. My coaches were frustrated, and it was too much resistance was there.
So after the breakthrough,
I still.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I still made progress, but there's definitely a difference.
How do you see that? What was different for you after doing the breakthrough work?
So after the breakthrough work, if there was, because now I was a different person, right? Because all my old beliefs were gone. So now when I started doing something and these new beliefs started creeping in, or just different, I had the tools to know how to fix it in that moment, or to stop, step back, rest, do things that what women need personally, right? Because women, that's something that you teach, that, women need, we have different needs than a man. We approach things differently. And so when I stepped back and did that and was able to kind of, hit the refresh button, I was actually able to keep going. Whereas before, I would just stop.
Okay, so doing the breakthrough work, clearing your old money mindset, clearing out any old baggage, emotional baggage, helped you to have more clarity so that you could take the actions in your business that would then lead to you generating more income, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Very cool. What kind of a woman, what kind of a female entrepreneur do you feel like would really benefit from doing this kind of work?
I think anybody that just wants to have success in her business would benefit. I don't think it takes a certain type of person. Like in our group, we have many different personalities. And that's what I think is awesome, that it can still be accustomed to you.
Yeah.
and your needs. It's like it doesn't take a certain type of woman to have a breakthrough.
Great,
You
great.
know, you need to be willing to do the work, and you need to be willing to be honest with yourself.
That's huge. So,
And
go ahead.
oh, and but if you're someone that wants to actually make money in their business and not have to sacrifice their family life and their love life and their health, then you have to have a breakthrough. If you want to have a thriving business and enjoy life, you have to get past those barriers and those limiting beliefs that we all carry.
So let's say that some female entrepreneurs are watching this right now, and they're currently generating maybe $5,000 to $10,000 per month in their business, but they're exhausted. Maybe they're taking, business programs. Maybe they're taking marketing courses. Maybe they're even trying to work on their finances to see if they need to cut back on things.
Right.
What advice would you have for a woman like that who wants to make at least 10 or 20,000 without sacrificing anything, health, love, or fun?
I would say, definitely stop what you're doing and do this program, because you're just wasting time and money.
Yeah.
And you're just creating more frustration and resistance. And that's the thing. It's like we think we're making progress, but ultimately we're just recreating that pattern.
Yeah.
That we have. So you're just making it that much stronger, and you're just making it harder. So just stop, and have faith, because I have full faith that even if you're struggling with money and you're worried about taking on a program, like if you can't afford it, you will.
Yeah.
Because you're guaranteed results if you're willing to be honest and to do the work.
Amazing. So thank you so much. What, if you could summarize, what's your biggest takeaway from having gone through this breakthrough transformation and changing your relationship with money?
The biggest takeaway was that I could honestly, the person that, first off, doing the breakthrough session, I actually saw that there was more to me, that I actually have what it takes to be successful and to be happier and to live a life that I wanted. So once I had that, and then doing your program, I realized, oh my God, this is happening. Because you're hitting goals and targets while you're doing that program. So the biggest takeaway was that, oh my God, I actually can be, amazing.
You actually are.
Because before I met you, I just was like, just going through the motions and very numb to me and life. And it's like, now I think the biggest takeaway is you will come out of this a better, stronger, and amazing version of yourself. The growth is amazing. And that's my biggest takeaway is, not only am I making the money that I wanted, I'm like, I don't know how to say it, but it's just, I'm a person that I never thought I could be, and it's like, I actually have full faith that I'm going to become the people that I admire and look at and want to reach to. I'm like, oh, I can totally do that. And that's priceless to be able to do that for people.
Amazing. And in the Make Money Like a Lady formula, it's not about making money at the cost of everything else. And it's not about just hoarding money, right? So what does life look like for you now that you are making money like a lady?
Well, and that was, and I'm hoping this is what, you're asking, but in the program, you also teach us what to do with the money. So old Jen thought that she was a bad businesswoman or she was just bad with money. And now I'm actually learning how to use my money to like my benefit even more. Like I'm walking away with like tools and skills that I never thought I could have, and what's awesome too is not only can I work on my goals, become a better person, uh, I've learned that this money that I'm now getting, it's like learning how to give back and help others. So then it's like you're creating this amazing like give back, and it's really neat. Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant? Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. Is there anything else that you would like to share or would like people to know?
Is this, I feel like as a society, we would just be so much stronger if we just let go of the pain and the limiting beliefs. Like, can you imagine if we all worked on ourselves? Like, how amazing life could be. And I think that's my biggest message and takeaway to others or advice is just stop. Like, you could literally be living your dream and your fullest potential right now. But it's amazing how much power limiting beliefs have, and you literally just have to, I mean, it was a joke. Like when I went through the program and after the breakthrough session, when I actually saw that that's all it was that was stopping me and keeping me in this shell, it's almost a joke. It's like, are you crazy? I mean, it's how powerful these thoughts are and how easy it really can, that shift can happen. And that's my biggest advice. It's like, if you are tired of where you're at and you don't think it's possible, like, just do it. Just do it. Like, you won't regret it,
Perfect. So tell everyone what you do, what your vision is, and who you help.
Oh, okay. So I am known as the neuro nerd, and so I'm a personal trainer, but I use the principles of neurology to help people like feel better, get out of pain, perform better with their whatever it is that their goals are. I mean, whether you work out at the gym, or if you're an athlete, or if you're a stay-at-home mom who just wants to be more active with their kids or whatever. I help you do that, but also like metabolic repair. So people who have issues losing weight, people who deal with more serious metabolic issues, I help you learn just the basics about our bodies and what it takes to be healthy. There's a lot of bad science out there. So I try to teach women how to actually repair their bodies and what women specifically need. So that's what I do.
So just because not everyone understands what metabolism, why it's important to work on that. What is an end result of, like, what do women get after repairing their metabolism?
So something that is overlooked when we're trying to get healthy is thyroid health and liver health, and all we see is that we need to have this toned, rock hard body, right? That right now our society is saying that's what true health is, and it's not. You can look amazing naked, but you can feel like crap on the other side. So making sure that you're sleeping well, that your hormones are in check, right? You're not dealing with mood swings or hot flashes or PMS, that you're not dealing with things like cancer or diabetes or heart issues. And these are all common issues with women nowadays. And it's, when you just Google what a woman's life is like when they hit menopause, it's just all these symptoms are just normal for us. And I was not okay with that. I wasn't okay with knowing that I'm going to hit a certain age and I'm not going to be interested in sex, and that my hair is going to fall out, and I'm going to be heavy, and I am going to be dealing with mood swings, and that'll be a joke of society, right? Because menopausal women are known for just being crazy. And I'm like, that's not, I'm not okay with that. And I don't want my clients to be okay with that. So when I was working on my issues, I learned that these are actually symptoms of bigger issues. And so I teach women how to actually fix their health. And when I mean metabolism, I mean their foundation of health, and how they can actually feel amazing, better than they ever have energy, sleep well, have an amazing libido, and feel and look great.
Oh, it's amazing. So who are you looking for to partner with in their health journey?
So I really like to help women between the ages of 30 to 60 years of age, and women who have just tried everything to try to fix themselves, and they're so frustrated, and they're lost, and they're in pain, and they're in bad moods because they just feel like crap all the time, you know, and they literally don't know what to do. They've done every crash diet known to man. They've tried every pill, and this is the person that I'm looking for and want to work with. And I want the woman, though, who's serious.
Yeah. So
I want the one that is actually going to do the work.
excellent. So the woman who has tried different diets, but is currently struggling with like energy throughout the day, mood throughout the day,
hypothyroidism, adrenal fatigue, everything that is common with women now.
Yeah.
Who's dealing with just a horrific like menopause experience.
Or
you don't have to deal with that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
right.
premenopause.
Yeah. And I'm looking for women who don't accept that they know that there's something more out there, and they're not okay with accepting that type of lifestyle. So
Awesome.
That's what I do.
Well, it's been such a pleasure to be part of your transformation, part of your journey to learn how to make money like a lady, feel good on the inside and do good in the world and make the kind of money that you want without having to burn out or sacrifice anything. So it's been such a pleasure. Thank you, Lady Davis. I look forward to continuing the journey with you.
Yes, thank you. Me too. I'm excited.
Thanks. Bye for now.